What up with a YouTube world? You in the house with your boy Chin Checker once again. All right, we got that same track pulled up, but I want to show you something. I'm gonna give you some game right here. We have the track. The track, I just have it right now programmed as like one, two. I have one, two. I have 5 patterns. So this is the track. That's the track. Give myself a little more volume. That's the track. But what I want to show you is how you equalize it. So now my kick, this is why I say you always have each instrument, your kick, your snare, your hi-hat, all your different sounds. Your channel, here's your channel rack here. So now I'm using like 8 tracks. I'll go to pattern for now, but I'm using 8 tracks. As you see how when I switch to pattern 3, you've seen these instruments come in. I'm gonna go to 2, so I have all of my instruments in. So I believe 1. I don't know if you're noticing here, these notes are changing as I go to different patterns. I have more or less different notes, but this is how you equalize them. So that's why each instrument is on each different channel. So now there we go. We have those different instruments there. We'll start with the kick. We'll go back to the equalizer. Boom. The kick I know is on channel 1. So when I play it, I see the kick here. Right. So now that kick has a lot of bass on it. I have to mix these instruments together. So I go inside of the mixing channel and I hit Fruity Parametric. And once again, all of the plugins I'm using, those are all stock plugins. As you see, all these different things they have: Fruity Delay, Fruity Blood Overdrive, you got Fruity Bass Boost, you got Fruity 7-band EQ. I'm just using the Fruity Parametric EQ2. So I bring that up. So now I play. You see that? Now the only note that's being affected here, I had that channel here selected here. Channel 1 is my bass kick. So now that I'm mixing the bass kick. I want to take the tweeter off, the tweeter in off. I know. Knock down that tweeter, channel number 7. Bring that down 61% to 9,952 megahertz. But just say 61%. I bring that down so I can hear my kick with no tremble. Now I take channel number 1. It doesn't take a lot because it's, these are good sounds, so they're pretty much mixed already. So now what we're doing is just mixing, making sure the frequencies all come together. I take a little bit off the bass. Now there it is. You can see the pattern. So now all I did was take a little off the back end and a little off the front end. So now I'll slide that to the side. Now I'll go play the track again. So now I can see here on channel 3, on track 3, I activate that one, channel 3. Now I go to slot number 3 and plug in the same thing. I'll use the Fruity Parametric EQ2. Now when I play it, only thing that's activated here is channel 3 because I have channel 3 selected here. And as you see on the bottom, you see the arrow pointing down with the line going to the master. That lets me know that this channel is selected, and whatever equalization is only going to affect this track and this track only right now until I chain them together. But here you go. This is the hi-hats. As you can see, it's not taking up no space over here in the bass round. In the bass frequency, it's not taking up no space there. So here's the trick here. Look at this. Now you see what that did? That took all that space out of there, all that space over there, all those frequencies, all those megahertz. All that was just dead air. And that can cause your mix to be muddy. So that's what we're doing right now. So now let's play it again. That's the hi-hat. Now we want to go. I just switched to track number 4. Insert channel number 4. I already know that's my snare. So now I'll go to 4 and hit the same thing. Fruity Parametric EQ2. I say the same thing over and over, so when you listen to it and watch the video, when you open up your mixing frame, when you go to look at your plugins, you'll see exactly what I'm saying, because it's like over 150 different plugins. But if you just start out with just this one, the Fruity Parametric EQ2, and that's a stock plugin, it works great. Now watch this. Here's the snare. The EQ here doesn't even activate until the snare hits. I already know I want to take some of that bass in off. The snare doesn't need none of that You notice how when I took frequency, I took frequency 1, I took that channel down to 87 gigahertz. But that's like 61%. I took that down because that's the snare. Although these are all stock sounds, I'm going to show you in another video how to take your sounds that you have or your samples or whatever and import them into FL to where now you're talking about a whole nother game. You're talking about a whole nother level. Because now you're talking about sound design. So now you take a good kick, snare, and a hi-hat. Those are your basic. You take those 3 instruments. You choose the ones you like. I'll show you how to import them into the program. It's over. These are stock sounds. Now to me, the snare, that's stock, but it could be used, but it sounds a little paperish, thin. So now this is where you can equalize it a little bit. Now it might have sounded like it went lower, but see, so now you turn it up on the channel here, on this side, on the insert. Turn it up a little bit here, because you lowered it down. So now you turn that up. That's better. Now it doesn't sound like paper. So now you have your other instruments here. So now you can go into a whole different ball game here because you can go, let's go to channel 5. Okay, let's play it. Channel 5, insert 5. Now let's go over here to the side to your effects. Let me stop that. Once again, I chose insert channel 5, and I go to this side on the right, slot 5. That's your effects panel. Go right back to Fruity Parametric EQ2. Put that on now. Go to 6. Go to your right, slot 6. Go to select, Fruity Parametric EQ2. Slide into the side. You're just taking away all the dead space, all this space here and all this space here. You don't need that. Go to channel 7. Go here. Channel. Select Fruity Parametric EQ2, play. And there you have it. There you have it, YouTube. That's how you do it. That's how you equalize your tracks. That's how you take away the noise, the distortion. That's how you make your track sound professional. go to each different insert, each different instrument, and mix those separate instruments. And mix your instruments, your levels as you're going. And then you might go back in and do just like another mix on your levels now because you took some out here, a little bit out there. But basically, they should all be at the point that they should be. As you're doing your beats, man, mix your music as you're doing it. You know you're doing mostly hip hop and R&B. You want that kick and snare to be up, but not up too loud. You got to gain stage those instruments to start out with your kick, your snare, your hi-hat, and then you mix and equalize as you go your instruments. You got 8 tracks here. They should already be mixed, somewhat mixed before you even start equalizing each instrument. So now, therefore, I already know I can export this. This sounds decent. And once I export, I can send this to somebody. They can pull it up in Pro Tools or whatever. They can see that it's already. I'll export it with my effects. They can see it's already mixed. Really, I technically don't even have to. Or I can just, I'll export it with my effects on there so they can change it if they like. But it's basically done. It's basically done. That's it. Then you would go into doing the song, programming the song. But as far as, the music, the instruments, it's mixed. Then you would go into mastering. Mastering is very simple. I'll show you the same track mastered in the Mercury bundle. All right, peace out.